Samurai Jack Season 5, Episode 2. What can I say? It was freaking awesome. It was freaking fantastic. Sorry. But, so, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into a breakdown of the episode itself. So, it appears that my theory was correct. All 7 daughters do end up attacking Jack all at once. I mean, he just gets freaking demolished. He gets, well, first of all, his motorcycle's wrecked, which is kind of a bummer, because I really like that thing. Even though I really just like motorcycles in general, but anyway. So they dispatch his motorcycle, and they basically literally rip him limb from limb, in terms of his clothing, and they actually do get a hit on him in the end. But, the majority of this episode is mainly, focused on that battle, but there is a really funny scene, near the beginning, where, Aku, we actually hear his voice for the first time, and he shows up in person, and, Greg Baldwin, great job, man. Great job if you're watching this. Really good, Aku impression. It's not quite as good as Mako's, but then again, this was an actor replacement, and it makes plenty of sense why he would go for a Mako impression, because that was all that we'd heard about. That was all that we'd heard of Aku. But anyway, so great job if you're watching this. But yeah, what else can I say? I mean, this episode was freaking fantastic. I am wondering though how Jack is going to move on now, because essentially, throughout the episode there was when he hides from the daughters the first time, there's a scene where I guess he's still hallucinating or something like that, and he sees himself without the beard and stuff, and he sees him in his old garments, and the hallucination is he's basically, my guess is that he's contemplating suicide. I'm not sure, or at least that's what the hallucination made me think. I could be completely wrong though. But the thing that's fascinating to me though is he still hasn't found his sword yet. And I'm wondering whether or not they're going to have him find it again. Because at first, when he went into the temple, I thought that he was going to find his sword. But instead he finds a lot of weapons, and he uses them against the daughters. And also something really interesting happens when he kills one of the daughters in self-defense, and or at least what appears to be self-defense. And he's taken aback by that, because all that he's ever fought up until this point have been robots, and he just took a life. He just took a life willingly. So I don't really know. So I'm guessing he's wondering whether or not he can live with himself after this. After this thing. So yeah, it's gonna be really fascinating to see what they do with his character, because his mental shift is going. It's like it's practically gone already. But there was the real laughs in this episode though, because it's so nice to me to know that it hasn't lost its comedy. The show hasn't lost its comedic side. From all of the grittiness and the action heavy stuff, there's still some humor in there, and this humor mostly comes from Aku, where there's this, I have no idea what the heck they were. They were like these really disgusting looking water creatures or something like that. Some type of liquid. I don't know. But they're offering tribute to him, and and Aku's just standing there, and he's like disgusted by the whole thing. And he goes back down, and you see this really funny scene with him and a psychiatrist, which is really funny. It was really funny. And he says like, I thought the samurai would be dead by now. It's been 50 years. It's like it feels like he's going to be here forever. But I mean, because the thing is, if Aku steps in now, he could technically take Jack out, considering the fact that Jack doesn't have the sword. Although that would be a really bad way to end the series. But yeah. episode 2 was really good. It was really good. Looking forward to episode 3 as well as the rest of the season. Anyway, catch you guys down the road. Later.